Hi everybody, it's Celine from I'm Handmade and I'm going to be making another soap today. This one is going to be called Apple Butter Caramel and it smells absolutely divine. And it's going to be a brown colour because the Apple Butter Caramel fragrance discolours to brown because it's got a ton of vanilla in it. But it's going to have a green swirl in it, which is going to have a crisp green apple fragrance in it that'll really match the other fragrance, and that shouldn't discolour, so it should stay green. So here I have my milks and aloe vera and clay and everything else mix. You'll see I have a slightly different view on the camera, so you should be able to see a bit more, one hopes. And it's basically sort of right in front of me, so I should be able to control it better for you as well. So we'll give it a go. So that's the oils and the milk mixture. Doesn't need too long to blend up. And now we shall put in our lye. Now I need something. I'm actually going to strain this lye just a little bit, because the spoon I used to mix it up with, you see the little bits? Actually had some butters and stuff still in it, and they've basically saponified in that tiny little bit of, even just a small amount of butters. So I kind of just don't want that to go in. I won't do it any harm, but I just don't want it to go in. So I'm basically just going to strain it out. Not a lot, you can see it's only a tiny bit. I just don't really want it to go in. So there, wipe that up. So this is pretty much room temperature, and for me my recipe comes together pretty quickly. You can see the shine on that now. This is actually really handy because I can look straight at the camera here and see exactly what you're saying. So we want to get to the point of emulsification. But not overly traced. So I'll just get a jug to hold my stick blender in. Over here. And so I'm going to do, this is going to be a little bit of white. Actually, I might use a clean jug. I should just use this jug that I just used. Save myself the washing up. So I'm going to do a little, this is the jug that my milks and stuff are in. A small amount of white, not a lot. Some green, probably with that much be grand. Not a huge amount again. Knock that up. So this now is going to be the base colour, and this is going to darken because of the fragrance oil, which is here. Oh, and it smells uber good. I cannot tell you how good that smells. Make sure we get every tiny little scraping out. Ooh, my fault. Thank God I have glasses on. I took the stick blender too high up. that is the prime reason you need to wear glasses when you make soap, is to do stupid things just like that. That's yummy. So I'm going to put my white in this, and I mix this pre-use a little bit of water. That gives it time to soak up that water. Now we're going to scrape that white off because I don't want it to lighten my green too much. Oh my god, it smells so good. And the white is going to have actually no fragrance, but this green is going to have a little bit of crisp green apple. So it's a blend really of fragrances. And this won't discolour. So then I can have this a nice green colour and it'll stay green for me. So I need a teaspoon to go to. And I'm going to put a fair bit of mica in. We'll see what colour that turns it. That's nice. Maybe a tiny little bit more. Not a huge amount. That's nice. Like that. Okay, so I'll put away my mica before I end up toppling it. This smells so nice. Now you can see that has already gone a kind of a caramelly colour already, and that's like in no time at all butterscotch nearly colour. So I'm just mixing the final mix. If you possibly can, always nice to give it a final mix. Knocks out any air bubbles, and I just love to see that shine. The spatula. And then my apple. And then just the white. And the white is really there just as really a highlight more than anything. Okay, so we will get our molds in. Here they are. And I will start off with the caramel type fragrance. Boy, you need to smell this. So good. And even, you see, look, it's already darkening.
Fridge.
Okay, thank you, Malky.
Bye.
Bye. It's Malky telling me he's made my lunch for me. Yeah, good. as this cures and sets up, it'll darken more. And I'll do the white on top of that. Again, not a huge amount. It's really just a highlighter. Give the green a stir again, but it's nice and fluid. Always worth giving a stir to your soaps before you pour them. Makes life a lot easier for you. The other one. The rest from the top, another bit of white, oh, can't tell you how numb this smells, and I think this is going to be a really lovely sort of autumnal colours as well. And the rest of the white can go on top, and then we have the rest of the caramel, which again, I think it's changing all the time. That is definitely a darker butterscotch than it was, even just when I blended it first. It's all good. Wipe the edge. Sorry, you can just see the bucket. I'll start at the top and then you'll be able to see more. Yeah. More on this one. I always seem to end up with one mould slightly fuller than the other. I don't know why. Balances out in the end, but I have no idea. And I try not to. Okay, so we're just going to bang these. See the lovely shine on it there. This banging just helps make sure it's not full of air bubbles when you cut it. Right. So I'm going to use my spatula again. Or not my spatula, my chopstick, and I'm going to do like a figure of 8. You can't see it there. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, we're going to try that one. See how it goes. Kind of hard to do in a smaller space, but anyway. You think about what you're doing actually. That way. again this way. That too. Yeah, that's it. Very autumnal colours. Okay, so tidy this up a tiny bit. I'll give it another bang. Because swirling things does tend to make them pushes some air bubbles in. See a couple popped there, so that was worth doing. And then we will do just the final bit on top. I think let's start with the white actually. There's only a small amount, so both of these and shot at the one time, it'd be good. That's it. Okay. So the camera is basically on my tripod, which one leg is broken off for some reason. Don't know why. Probably got bashed when we were moving stuff around, as can happen. So it's basically sitting on one of the shelves just in front of me, and it's clamped, the tripod is then clamped down onto the shelf, so it shouldn't move, which is important because obviously you do the banging and stuff like that. So you should be able to see more. I'd be very happy to get some feedback, whether you prefer that angle or not. I do feel sometimes you got a lot of the sides of buckets, which isn't so good. Now I'm going to do the brown. I want to keep the green for as much on the top as possible. This fragrance is really gorgeous and it's behaving really well. I mean, you can see how nice that is to drizzle. Probably could have done with a little, poured a little bit more in, but one never knows how much you really need. People were asking me where Titch is, and well, some of you will know that she's working as a photographer now, basically her own business. She set up her little website, it's a great website, jerhollandphotography.com, and she's out at a gig now. I think she got a press pass for this, so it's a band that she really likes, sort of up and coming gig. She really likes doing those sort of things, and I think they're really valuable because I think when bands get sort of publicity from work she's done at the beginning, they may very well remember her during their career. And remember how maybe she helped get promotion for them and stuff. So getting in the ground floor could be a great plan. That it totally looks like apple butter caramel to me now. So even just soaping yesterday has helped me sort of work out how to use the room a bit better. And getting the camera off the worktop is actually really good, because I tended to sort of avoid it, so your space is much more crowded and stuff. Made it a little bit more difficult for me getting it off there, and also, you know, the worry that your camera will fall into your soap, because yesterday I had it balanced on 2 buckets and a jug, which, you know, is not very safe for a camera that cost a couple of €100 or more. These things are an investment for sure. Okay, I think I can't get much more out of that. Right, this goes in the sink. With everything else. Alright, just going to knock that down a little bit more, tidy this up. A little bit better. And in with the spoon. Now, people have been asking me how I texture the tops, and it's kind of hard to say, really. So I'm going to kind of do it. I'll see if I can. No, let's bring it out. Bring it in as much as possible. Probably too much. And then you'll be able to see what I do. So I get the back of the spoon here, not the front, the back, although the front may provide an interesting shape. And I put it in, sort of standing up, and I flick it and turn my wrist. So flick and turn. Oh, zoom it out again, so you can see the length of it. So flick and turn, and it's really, so I'm just twisting my hand. Okay, so that's one side, turn it around, do the other. And then I like to get the spoon and just run it around the back like that, so it gives a cleaner edge. And I do that because all that soap will stick to your mould otherwise, and may not come off very neatly when you're demoulding. And then you lose soap, which, you know, what's the point of that? Okay, so then I'm still with my spoon totally straight up, and I put it in. See, you're not going to see my hands in the way. Okay, I put it in and I twist the spoon, and that's it. Put it in straight, twist it. So it's, and then when you come up, just sort of slowly lift up the spoon. So it'll give you a kind of a divot, and at the top just hold it a bit, and then the top sort of, depending on the texture of the soap obviously, it will sort of fall over nicely. And basically you're trying to make the various layers of your soap colours show through as much as possible and add some texture. Now when you go through it again, be a bit lighter, because otherwise all the little divots that you made, you're going to squash back down again. So just keep literally straight up and turn the spoon in your hand. That's what it is. Just keep the spoon turning as straight as you can, and at the top hold and pull. So it's pulling up a little I don't know what you call it, a little tail, I guess, maybe. Okay, we'll do it again. Just tidy off the edges. So that and pull. So So I'm turning the spoon. So I have the spoon straight and I'm turning it. Turning the spoon in my hand. You don't have to do fast. You know, it's not a sprint. So you're basically bringing the soap up from the sides into the middle and creating a gently raised top on your soap with a bit of texture. Now you don't need to do this, you could go in with a chopstick and design it that way, you end up with a flatter top, but that may suit you perfectly fine. I just like it this way, and now that's just final bit, and literally I'm again going in and just pulling it up. The spoon is straight in my hand, not twisting it at this stage, and I'm just flicking it, and that gives a nice neat edge where the soap doesn't all stick to the side of the mould. And now it's straight with the flicks. Let me see if I can get you in a bit more. Okay, so say here, so straight up, turn, spoon, hold it, and the flick. See? In, no you can't see that one. In, turn the spoon, hold, up. So that's all it is really. And what I suggest, if you want to practice, get a fragrance like black raspberry vanilla, or maybe lemongrass or mint. Something that will give you time to play with. And get out your spoon and do it with a one colour one first, because then you can always smooth it over again. If you do two colours and smooth it over, it just becomes kind of muddy. And just do it till you like the design. And that's really all it is. And believe me, if I can do it, guys, you can do it. So I just want to tidy my edges down. And I do this because I am OCD, yes. But also when you're washing your moulds out at the end, less cleaning. This smells so good, I cannot tell you. I don't know why I never soaped this before. Really don't. People have a lot of things about discolouring fragrances, but sort of autumn allows you to take advantage of that nearly. Now, so I'm back, and we're going to put a little bit of glitter on. I think we have a little bit of green, so I think I'll go with that. It's not very much, just a tiny sprinkle here and there. As I said yesterday on the video, the holes in these little bottles are so tiny, not that much comes out. And I like the coloured glitter, but I like my iridescent one too. I think that sort of always finishes it off nicely. So again, there's not a huge amount coming out here. And this is just puffing it out so it gets where you want it to go and not anywhere else. And there we go. So that is apple butter caramel. And I hope you really like it. Zoom in a bit. I have to learn what zooming is. I'll show you that one there. So that's apple butter caramel, and it smells so good. This is divine. So this will be cured 10th of November. And I hope you enjoy. And come back, because I'm going to be making a candy cane soap for nice sort of autumnal Christmassy idea. So I hope you enjoy that, and be great to hear comments about the new camera setup and everything. Alright, I'll talk to you soon. Bye!